It certainly is not the norm to have a character who's this kind of ambiguous as far as his likability to be this popular. Were you thinking of that when you originally started on the role here, Hugh? Did you figure?
Me?
Yeah. Did you figure that? Well, okay, this obviously is not going to go, and I'll be back in England in a couple months.
Yeah, I did think that, but not for that reason. I mean, I think that because statistically, that's the probability by quite a long way. I mean, it's you know, it's a very uncertain business. No, it's not actually. It's a very certain business. Most things fail. I didn't worry about. I wasn't so worried about that. Although the first glimpse I had of the script, I didn't read the whole script. I was sent when I did that tape, Namibia. You remember? It was a while ago. I only saw, I think, 6 pages or something, and I read really just these 2 characters, and I thought, well, Wilson is the central character, and here's this grumpy bloke who looks like he might have, you know, peripheral, lob in a couple of zingers every now and then, and that's it. It never occurred to me at that first viewing that this would be the central character, and that was the single sort of boldest thing about it. I thought it was an astonishing, although even then it wasn't actually called House. It didn't have a title at all. And I remember Bryan Singer actually saying, you know, the show's sort of pretty much about this guy House, as if that was a great sort of discovery. And it was then, because it hadn't been sort of thought of or sold that way. Is that, I think,
was it sold as more of an ensemble?
Yeah.
No, I mean, there was no, it's really interesting, because I remember telling you that was going to be the title, and you were like, no, don't call it that. But, and also in the first go at the marketing and the ad campaigns, it was, but that was all while it was still forming. By the time the pilot was done, it was clear what it was. I think that it's a tribute to all of these guys. It really knew what it was, and you know, so when it went out, I think they were nervous at first to sell it based on a character that is as colorful as House is. But that's what made it different. Everybody said to me, why another medical show? Well, that's why.
Right. What was the impetus for the surname House?
It's basically just a little tip of the cap to Holmes, Sherlock Holmes.
Tip of the deer stalker, you might say. Yeah. Oh, shut up.
Watson, Wilson.
Yeah.
Right.
House and Wilson versus Holmes and Watson.